What's going on, guys? Ironcane here, back from our World of Breakers Season 3 video, and in today's video we're going to be doing a tier list of every single transphere and every single form that's been released in the game so far. I've never done a transphere tier list. The way we're going to be basically placing these transpheres is based on their super attacks and their ki blasts. We're not really going to be focusing on their skills, just because I feel like skills are pretty separate from the character. We're going to be focusing, like I said, on the ki blast and the super attacks primarily here. So without further ado, also, before I forget, I will have the Twitch chat giving me some opinions as we go about this. So if you ever want to help out with recordings like these, tune into twitch.tv/theironcane for that. But first and foremost, I think the best transphere in the game, without a doubt, is Super Saiyan Vegeta. The reason why I think Super Saiyan Vegeta is so good, let me actually just, let me just go over to the game really quick. So what makes Vegeta so good is that literally all his super attacks are dubs. Like the only one that's like not that great is Full Power Energy Wave, but you're not really going to be using that on him anyway. His Gallic Gun is a really solid super attack. I think it's very slept on. I sleep on it. Big Bang Attack, I feel like is up there for being one of the best super attacks in the game. It has a very short startup. It has a little bit of an AoE blast at the end. It does respectable amounts of damage. And I think what's really, really good about Vegeta overall is that his ki blasts at level 3 are fantastic. They're just, they're pretty much Raider Vegeta's ki blast to a certain extent. I feel like he's one of the best transpheres at level 3 in combating ki blast, where he could just spam, he can combat ki spam with his own spam. So that's why I feel like he is definitely an easy Z tier placement for me. So moving right along, I feel like where is he? Android 17. So if you would have asked me like last season, I probably would have put him in like S and like A if you really think his ki blast hold him back. But at this point, I think he belongs either in C, and I mean like low C or even D. Just because Super Electric Strike is terrible now. It is really, really bad. And if we look at the other super attacks that 17 currently has, he has Side Bridge, which is... Who's using Side Bridge, bro? Raise your hand. Who's using Side Bridge? Yeah, nobody raised their hands, bro. If you did, you're not funny, bro. You know you're lying. You're lying to me, you're lying to yourself, and you're lying to everybody in this video. How do you feel? How do you feel being a liar? Anyways, Side Bridge is terrible. And now Full Power Energy Blast Volley is also terrible. So anybody that like you were rocking to use Full Power Energy Blast Volley, they went down a couple of tiers. So honestly, 17's ki blast literally is Side Bridge, which sucks. That version of the super attack Side Bridge sucks. Super Electric Strike, mid. Full Power Energy Blast Volley, mid. So at this point, I feel like C might have been a little too nice. I think he does belong in D, which is crazy. Which is crazy because this man was literally like the cream of the crop since his release. So the fact that he's fallen off that hard, I feel like is saying something. Now next up, let's do a little easy softball here. I feel like Piccolo, I feel like he probably could, you could argue that he fits in Z. The only thing that's making me not want to put him in Z is the fact that his ki blast at level 3 are basically just special beam cannons, and they're decent. They're decent. It's just that I feel like in terms of what I value from ki blast, I value ki blast counters. Ki blast counters were like if you're going up against a Raider spamming their own ki blast, normally like the ball forms, like level 3 Friezas, Vegetas, like ki blasts like that, level 2 cells. You're not going to be able to counter those ki blasts with special beam cannons. So I feel like Piccolo would fit S just because Evo Explosion, low-key, is a pretty decent super attack. I could see you guys equipping this for your level 1. I've equipped it for my level 1. I think it's a very solid super attack. For the damage, it's not that bad. The range obviously isn't that great, but it's a close quarter super attack. And the cost isn't too bad either. Now we have the big daddy move of them all, Special Beam Cannon. This special attack or super attack has haunted the dreams of many Raiders. It's been abused since day 1 of the game, and it's been extra abusive with the new gauge system. A little less so since they nerfed how the gauge system works with this move. But the only bad move that Piccolo has, in my opinion, is Hellzone Grenade. And Light Grenade is okay. I would say it's mid. it's just a really, 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 really long version of like Big Bang Attack or the Riot Javelin with Super Saiyan Bardock. So I feel like overall, I feel like Piccolo's Ki Blast are pretty solid. Hellzone Grenade is not that great. It's only really realistically landable when a stun goes off or if someone like hits the Raider in a melee combo. And even that is a little like kind of scuffed. And Light Grenade, for how long the startup is, I just feel like it's not that good for how much work you need to land this ability. But Special Beam Cannon alone, I feel like could give Piccolo Z tier. But for now, I'm gonna keep him in S. We might move him in Z later on, but I'm gonna keep him in S for now. Now I'm seeing actually let's go in order a little bit here. So we got Super Saiyan Trunks. So let's take a look at his super attacks here. Super Saiyan Trunks. He has Burning Slash and he has Full Power Energy Blast Volley. So I feel like with that right off the bat, I feel like he really can't be any higher than A, like A, just because Full Power Energy Blast Volley is not that great. All right, I was just discussing Super Saiyan Trunks with the chat. He does have the spammy ball Ki Blast for his level 3. I feel like I'm gonna put him in A just because Volley is not that great. And Burning Slash, although can be really, really crack when it lands, it deals tremendous amounts of damage. Melee supers are very difficult to damage or difficult to land, and Raiders can use their evasive or knockback abilities to negate them. So with that in mind, I feel like, you know, although the ability is really great when it lands, and if you can get it and get the full amount of damage off, it can be really great. But I feel like, you know, that's not always going to be the case, right? So for Super Saiyan Trunks, I think I will put him in A tier. If I do move him up, I feel like he'd be low S at best, but I'm gonna keep him at A. Keep it on the Trunks train. I think let me look at Kid Trunks. His super attacks, Double Buster, I feel like is one of the best super attacks in the game, and it's very slept on. The only negative I could say about this super attack is its damage. Its damage is a little lacking. He has the spammy ball-based Ki Blast, but if you look at these other super attacks, they're wastes, right? You're not using Full Power Energy Wave on him. You're not using Blast Volley on him, not anymore. But Double Buster is very, very good. But the question is he better or worse than Super Saiyan Trunks? All right, so for now, I'm gonna keep him in A. I do think he's better than Super Saiyan Trunks just because I do think Double Buster is better than or more consistent than Burning Slash, and obviously better than Volley. His other two super attacks do suck, but these two characters literally have the same Ki Blast. I just think Double Buster is a better value super attack. It costs less. It's more consistent in landing. It's just the damage is a little lacking, but you are going to be landing it more often than not. All right, so moving on. Let's do one of the new units. So we have one of the first Season 3 units that we're going to be placing here, which is Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So Super Saiyan 2 Gohan has finally Gohan has new super attacks. Let's look at them really quick. So Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan, he has probably the best newly released super attack in the game, and arguably one of the best super attacks in the game. Motionless Kamehameha is top 5. It's top 5, 100%. Unless like the other super attacks that come out throughout the season are 10 times better, I think Motionless Kamehameha is going to remain top 5 for the foreseeable future for the rest of the season. But his Ki Blasts, I feel like, are the only thing that'll hold him back. You're going to see me repeat this a bunch. I think the Beam Ki Blasts, they're not bad, and they can snipe the Raider, but it's just like Ki Blast versus Ki Blast. The Kamehamehas do not cut it in that regard, but they're not terrible. They're not terrible. I genuinely think that's the only thing that holds him back. Father-Son Kamehameha is okay. It sort of is incredibly long, and the damage, honestly, is pretty lacking for being one of the most iconic moves that was ever done in like the history of Dragon Ball. I don't know why the cost limit is only 100. I don't know why the damage is like a bar. Like, I feel like it should have been like super Spirit Bomb levels of damage if you could pull this like move off. I don't know. I feel like they should have I would have rather they make this like have a crazy long startup and you just hold it and then you like unleash it, right? But besides this, he has basic Kamehameha, but why would you use this when you have the, you know, superior Kamehameha? And then why would you use Full Power Energy Wave, right? Motionless Kamehameha, again, is right there. So I feel like for Gohan, I will be placing him in S. You could argue he's Z. I'm going to keep Piccolo above Gohan just because the damage. I think that's the only reason why I'm gonna have Piccolo ahead. But let's move on to, you know, let's do Beerus. All right, so let's talk about Beerus, bro. I think Beerus is D. I honestly think Beerus is D, bro. Unfortunately, the God of Destruction, he was cucked. He was cucked, dude. Let's take a look at his super attacks really quick. So he has full power energy wave. Woo! Full power. You guys remember one in the God, like the God movie where Beerus used full power energy wave? You remember that? Woo! Yeah, dude. Why does he have this? Huh? Why does he have this? Why does he not have God of Destruction anger when he freaking like blasts all those little purple blasts like around him? He has Spear of Destruction, but bro, look at this super attack. Look at this. Look at this. This does a bar. This does a bar in like a 10th of like when you're level 4. Are you serious? The God of Destruction, Spear of Destruction, a bar in a 10th. That like, it's crazy. And his Ki blasts are basically like little finger beams. They're not good, dude. They're not good. Beerus is really bad. Beerus, unfortunately, is really bad. They need to give him some better super attacks, and that's why I feel like he definitely belongs in B. Both of these guys, their Ki blasts suck and their super attacks suck. I think Beerus is slightly better than Super Electric Strike now, but both of these guys are really, really bad. But talking about gods here, let's talk Whis. So Whis, I feel comfortable putting him in B. I think you could even put him low A. I'm gonna keep him in B for now, but let's look at his super attacks. So if you don't know what Whis' super attacks are, he has pretty solid super attacks. Prelude to Destruction is not bad. It's definitely not bad. This is like a better version of Dodon Ray. The range is really good. It comes out fairly fast. It's cost efficient. The damage is solid, but I think Symphonic Destruction is the better super attack that Whis has here. And again, he just shares the same problem that Beerus has, where his Ki blasts just suck. They're absolutely terrible. They're like, imagine a beam, but like the size of like a hair or like an eyelash that you pulled off, bro. Like that is how like thin their Ki blasts are. But Symphonic Destruction is really good because it can hold the Raider in place. And if you position yourself in a specific way while the Raider is in Symphonic Destruction, if they use their knockback ability or their breakaway attack, like a break strike, they'll actually still be in the super attack while it's going off if you're like just enough far away. So that super attack like has that really cool check that you can do with it. But I think it's his Ki blast to hold him back, so that's why I'm going to keep him in B. So moving right along, who do I want to tackle next? Let's do Goten. Let's do Goten. So before I move him, let's look at his super attacks. So this is base Goten. Where is he? Base Goten has full power energy blast volley. He has Kamehameha, and he has charge. Give me 1 sec. We gotta place him somewhere special. All right, so obviously, Goten, he's God 10. He's God 10. He belongs in S. And honestly, where is his Super Saiyan variant? Here he is. Obviously, these guys, they're goats, right? Do I even have to explain why? They literally have access to this super attack. Let's take a look at what the super attack does really quick here. So this super attack, it causes you to jump into the air. You target an enemy, right? And get this. You rush towards them, and if the enemy dodges the attack, you will change direction and pursue them. So if you miss it, you can use it a second time. That is why he's God 10. And that's why he's God 10. And for some reason, the devs, like, they could have just gave him charge with Super Saiyan, and obviously that would have been GG's, right? But they had the audacity to give him Super Kamehameha, and then they gave Super Goten exclusively the old version of full power energy blast volley. Yes, everybody else in the game has the new version of blast volley where like it's really bad, does no damage, it doesn't knock the Raider back. Super Saiyan Goten is the only transphere in the game that actually has the old version of full power energy blast volley that like keeps the Raider in place, deals tons of damage, and knocks them back repeatedly. All right, so let's get back to these fodder transpheres. All right, let's look at Tien here. Now, Tien, where do I want to put Tien? Before I move Tien, actually, I do want to look at his super attacks. Tien is pretty solid. Tien is pretty solid. I mean, he was trash just because he had full power energy wave and he had Dodon Ray. But Tri-Beam. Tri-Beam was a super attack that dropped at the beginning of Season 2. You could purchase it early with Spirit, or if you got it like during the later banners. This was a sleeper super attack that I feel like a lot of people still don't recognize as one of the better super attacks in the game. The only thing about Tien is that although, like, he's one of those units where, like, he has Tri-Beam as a super attack, but he also has Tri-Beam as his Ki Blast. The Ki Blasts are okay, but they're terrible at countering, right? They deal decent damage, they're pretty spammy, and then Tri-Beam is, like, the startup is non-existent. It deals solid damage, and it comes out very fast and has pretty solid range as well. The only issue, I think, is the rest of his super attacks not being that great. Dodon Ray is... It's just not that good, dude. It's a worse version of Whis' Prelude to Destruction. And then Full Power Energy Wave is obviously like a fodder super attack. So I feel like for Tien, as much as I would like to put him in A, I feel like he's probably going to be B. Or maybe low A. We might move him later, but is he better? This is tough. I think I'm going to keep Tien above Whis just because I feel like Tri-Beam is so good, and it's one of those super attacks that honestly you could just spam and hit the Raider. Or like Symphonic Destruction is not like that. Prelude to Destruction is not like that. I feel like that's why I'm going to keep Tien in B. And their Ki Blasts are just as about, like, not that great. And I would argue Tien's actually are a little better than Whis. So I think I will put Tien above Whis for now, but we will, you know, maybe change down the line. So next up, we have Buu. And I think Buu is also, like, in the bottom here as well. Let's take a look at why I think that. So, Buu, I think he does have Kamehamehas as his level 3, I think. But Innocence Cannon, I just feel like is just not that good. And Full Power Energy Wave is obviously one of the basic super attacks. I do not think any of Buu's Ki Blasts are anything to write home about. I'm gonna ask the chat because I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so I did confirm with the chat. Buu does have beam-based Ki Blast at level 3. Now, keep in mind, boys, I'm normally just considering the like Ki Blast at level 3 and like kind of 2, but mainly 3, just because who cares about the Ki Blast at level 1? So I feel like his Ki Blasts are better than 17's, but like his super attacks, I feel like, even though Super Electric Strike is in the ground, I still feel like you're gonna be landing Super Electric Strike and even Whis' super more so than Buu's. And if you land either of these, I mean, if you land Beerus's, it's more value than Buu's. But if you land Buu's, I feel like it's like about the same as Super Electric Strike, but Buu's Ki Blasts are better than 17's. It's like mid versus mid, bro. I don't know. You could argue Buu is better than 17. That's how bad it's got, by the way, with 17. But I feel like I'll keep Buu here. I'll keep Buu here for now. All right. Moving along, let's do Frieza. So Frieza is interesting. Frieza has pretty solid Ki Blasts, and he has a decent super attack. The question is, I don't think he's S, and I don't think he's any higher than A. But I don't know if I want to put him in B. I'm gonna relate to the chat here. Yeah, so Death Slicer with Frieza it's bad. This is pretty bad. This is basically his Ki Blast. I don't know why they were doing this, but a lot of the early versions of Transpheres, like they gave 17 Side Bridge, which is literally his Ki Blast, and then they gave Frieza Death Slicer, which is literally his level 3 Ki Blast. Death Slicer is not bad. It's not bad, and it's really good against raiders like Vegeta that take increased damage to Ki Blast. And Death Ball, honestly, is not that bad either. It's literally a better version of Beerus' Spirit to Destruction, or Spirit of Destruction. I feel like Frieza, I'm gonna put him in B. I'm gonna put Frieza in B, and I think I will put him. Ooh, this is tough, dude. I'm gonna put him above Tien. I'm gonna put him B up Tien for now. For now. I'm going to revisit this. I don't know. Just because Frieza's Ki Blast, I think, are better than Tien's. But Tri-Beam is, like, Tien is hard carried by Tri-Beam, man. His Tri-Beam is so good. And Death Ball isn't bad, but I just feel like Tri-Beam is so much more reliable in landing. But we might revisit this. We might revisit this. So moving on, let's look at base Goku here. All right, so base Goku. Where do we want to put base Goku? Let's look at some of his moves first. Base Goku actually has a lot of moves, man. I feel like he's above C just because of the amount of moves that he has. Like, he has Kamehameha, he has Kaioken Kamehameha, which is trash. He has Kaioken Assault, which is okay. It's okay. For some reason, every time they release a melee super, they just improve the tracking and they improve the damage every single time. But Kaioken was one of the earliest ones, so its tracking is not that great. Spirit Bomb is really good, and it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good. And obviously, Super Spirit Bomb has the highest damage potential out of any super attack in the game, I guess, like, before Volley. So I feel like with that alone, I feel like what super attacks are most realistically going to be landing? Spirit Bomb, Kamehameha, and that's kind of it. If you land Super Spirit Bomb, fantastic, but the likelihood of you landing it is not that often. So I feel like he also has Beam Ki Blast. I feel like I could go low A with base Goku, or high B, I think I'm gonna go low A. Just because, I mean, if we were grading him on each super attack that he had, like, maybe I'd put him a little lower. But, like, Kaioken, like, I cannot stress enough how dog shit Kaioken Kamehameha is. Like, it is terrible, bro. It is terrible. And Kaioken Assault is okay, but Spirit Bomb, Super Spirit Bomb, they're pretty solid. And Kaioken Assault is alright, and then Kamehameha is decent. But I'm gonna keep him low A for now, but we could move him around later. So moving on, let's do Krillin, dude. Let's do Krillin. So Krillin actually has, I believe his Ki Blasts are Destructo Discs. Let's look at his super attacks really quick. I know he has Destructo Disc. He has Kamehameha, Full Power Energy Blast Volley, and then he has Chain Destructo Disc Barrage. For Chain Destructo Disc Barrage, I low-key feel like putting him in D. But, I've used Destructo Disc, and it doesn't look like it has a long startup, but I'm telling you boys, when you use this super attack in-game, Krillin's like, ooh, bro, he winds that up like he's playing for the MLB, bro. I don't know why. And then Full Power Energy Blast Volley isn't that great. Kamehameha is okay, and Chain Destructo Disc Barrage is terrible. I feel like Krillin is he's not higher than B. He's not higher than B. His Ki Blasts are really good. He has Destructo Disc as his Ki Blast, and they shred Ki Blast. They do shred the Ki Blast, but I feel like his super attacks are overall mid. I feel like they're overall mid, so I could not put him any higher than B, and I don't think he's B. So I think he's going to be the first one that we put in C. I think he's going to be the first one we put in C. You know what? I'm seeing Videl here. Let's tackle Videl next. So Videl is an interesting one because they actually nerfed her / buffed her, depending on how you look at it. For some reason. I don't know why they did it. I don't know why. So in terms of her super attacks, Blast Volley, as you all know, is in the shitter. Full Power Energy Wave is like the very basic super attack. It works, but you're using the snow. And then we have Justice Rush. Now what's great about Justice Rush is that I feel like it's the one melee super in the game that holds the Raider in place for the longest. It deals decent damage. They improved its tracking, but they slightly reduced her damage. Now the big issue with Videl, unfortunately, is her Ki Blast. Her Ki Blast is what's going to hold her back a lot. If you don't know how what her Ki Blasts are, she basically just chucks one little pathetic little Ki Blast, and that's all she has. And I feel like, to be fair, she's not higher than B, bro. She's not higher than B. I'm sorry, just because Volley is not that great. Full Power Energy Wave is not that, it's mid. And Justice Rush is good. It's good. But her Ki Blasts are terrible, bro. They are terrible. Honestly, Her super attack is probably what's going to hold her over. I really want to put her in C. I really do. She would be above Krillin if she was to be in C. But I think I will put her low B. Just because I think Justice Rush is that good. It's that good, and I will put her in B because of it. You know, let's do Android 16 next. Let's do Android 16. So Android 16 is an interesting one. I feel like everybody saw Hell's Flash when it originally was shown off to us, and everybody thought it was going to be cracked. But unfortunately, it is not cracked. Hell's Flash, the AoE bits that blow off, are only really effective when the Raider is destroying the Super Time Machine. And the cost on this super attack is so high for just a Kamehameha that has a long startup and has a little extra flare at the end of it. It's basically what Hell Flash is. And like I said, it's like the AoE parts of it is only really useful when the Raider is trying to destroy the Super Time Machine. And you're not going to be able to spam this super attack that often because of its high cost. His Ki Blast are pretty good. He has like some like laser beams that are pretty spammy and they deal, I mean, the damage is alright. But I feel like he's going to be C just because Rocket Punch is not it. It's okay. I've landed, I've used it. It's functional, but it's not really that great. So I feel like 16 is probably going to be another unit that belongs in C here. And I think I am going to put him, do I put him below Krillin? I think I put him below Krillin, man. His Ki Blasts are fine, but they don't counter Ki Blast. They're just spammy, and they deal okay damage against like Raiders against Vegeta, or Raiders that take increased damage like the Ginyu Force. But his super attacks are very mid, man. I think it's really the Ki Blasts that are keeping him from going into D. So we're going to put him in C for now. Alright, so moving on. I think we'll do Cell next. So Cell is an interesting one because he has a lot of interesting supers. He has a lot of supers, and you could put him fairly high just because he has Special Beam Cannon. He's the only other Transphere in the game besides Piccolo that has Special Beam Cannon. This is the best super attack in the game. Full stop. It is the best super attack in the game. I think Motionless Kamehameha is solid, but Special Beam is just, it's so quick, dude. It shouldn't be that freaking fast, man. He has Kamehameha, which is solid. He has Perfect Kamehameha. It deals decent damage. It's like Super Kamehameha, but it deals a little more damage and it's a little more costly. It's okay. It's decent, and he has Full Power Energy Blast Volley. I'm going to go clarify with the chat what his level 3 Ki Blasts are. I know his level 2 Ki Blast is basically level 3 Cell's super attack, which shoots like the little grenade thingy. But I'm going to clarify with chat what his Ki Blast is for level 3. Alright, so I clarified with chat. Cell does have the Beam Kamehameha as his level 3. So I feel like with that in mind, all his super attacks are solid. You could argue Perfect Kamehameha is a little eh. And then Full Power Energy Blast Volley is obviously bad now. Cell probably would have been like potentially Z like before, or like high S before. But I think he definitely belongs in S. He definitely belongs in S. I'm just going to put him here for now. Is he better than Gohan? Yes, because Special Beam is better than Motionless Kamehameha, in my opinion. So yeah, he's better than Gohan, just because he has more options for super attacks. His Ki Blasts are literally the same, and he has Special Beam. So he's literally a Piccolo copy, so it wouldn't make sense if he was behind. If you think Motionless is better than Special Beam, you would do this. But these guys are exactly the same, but I think Special Beam is better than Motionless, personally. So let's keep it moving here. Let's keep moving. Let's do Base Vegeta. Base Vegeta. So let's look at Base Vegeta super attacks. He has Gallic Gun. I know that for a fact. And he has Full Power Energy Wave. And then I believe his level 3 is the Gallic Gun as well. I'm going to clarify with chat, but I believe that is what it is. So I'm very biased against Base Vegeta just because I think Gallic Gun is just it's a lame super just because we have the gloves. So we all are very used to Gallic Gun. But in reality, Gallic Gun is an okay super. Its damage is not that great. It is cost effective, but it's obviously, you know, worse than Big Bang or Final Flash. And the Full Power Energy Wave is pretty mid. And then his level 3 Ki Blasts are spammy Gallic Guns. So I feel like for Vegeta, He's not as good as his Z tier counterpart, but I do think at the very least, does he belong in B or C? This one's tough. As we get like down the line, it's gonna get tougher and tougher. I think I will put him in. I'm gonna put him in B, and I'm gonna put him higher than 6, or I'm gonna put him in C and then higher than 16. Just because I feel like his super attack is better than 16. I don't know. You could interchange these guys. You can I'll put him behind 16. I'll put him behind 16. That one was tough. That one was tough. That one was tough. That one was tough. All right. It's just because the Gallic Gun Ki Blasts are not bad. Gallic Gun is not that bad. No, he's better than 16. He's better than 16. He's better than 16. You know what, dude? Gallic Gun is an okay super. And I think I'm going to put him in B. I'm going to put him in B. Because if I'm going to be fair, like, why does Videl deserve to be in B if her Ki Blasts suck and all her supers suck besides Justice Rush? Where Gallic Gun is not a terrible super attack. It's mid, but his Ki Blasts are not that bad and Videl's are like terrible. So I feel like to be fair and to be consistent here, I feel like I got to put Vegeta here. You could put him in C, you could, but I feel like I got to put him here. Just to be consistent. Just to be consistent. All right, let's finish off the last android here. The sexiest android of them all, unless 21 comes out. We have 18. Now, 18 has really good Ki Blast. She basically has Krillin's. She has the Destructo Disc as her level 3. And her level 2 Ki Blasts are very good. She was my level 2 for the longest time because of Energy Blast Volley and her Laser Ki Blast. Her Laser Ki Blasts were pretty good for level 2. They dealt pretty damage. They're very spammy, come up very quick. Destructo Disc, I don't think is that great. And Dual Destructo Disc was one of the best super attacks in the game, but they decided to nerf it for some reason. They nerfed this over this super attack. Why? I will never know. I will never know. I do think Dual Destructo Disc is okay. I think it is okay. She's definitely better than Krillin. She's definitely better than Krillin at the very least. And I think because of that, I feel like if you were going to be like, I don't know, like super strict with her, you would put her here. But I think Dual Destructo Disc is pretty solid. I really think it is an okay super attack. Its damage is pretty decent. I'm going to put her at the bottom of B. I'm going to put her at the bottom of B just because her Ki Blasts are just as good as Krillin's because they're literally the same. And she has a good super attack, which is Dual Destructo Disc. It's okay. It's okay. We're like Krillin, I would say he has no good super attacks. Like, or they're all like mid, right? We're like at least 18 has Dual Destructo Disc. Or like Krillin, he has Chain Destructo Disc, which is terrible. Destructo Disc, which is mid. Kamehameha, which is okay. And then Full Power Energy Wave and like Volley, like whatever, dude. Whatever. Alright, so next up, we're going to do the Chad Daddy himself. We're going to do Bardock. So Bardock, I thought Bardock was going to be very bad when he first released. Just because I was scared that Rebellion Spear was going to be like charged, but it's not. Its tracking is great. Its damage is very good. And it's very spammable. It's very spammable. Full Power Energy Wave is obviously not that great. It's mid. It is what it is. But Bardock's Ki Blasts are very bad. They are very bad. I'm just going to be completely blunt. They're very bad. And if we place Bardock high here, it is purely because of Rebellion Spear being that good. But to be fair and to be consistent, I feel like I'm going to put Bardock in B. And I think I'm going to put him definitely above Whis. I don't know. Like, you could argue he's better than Tien. You could argue that. I do think Tri-Beam is a little more consistent to land. But Rebellion Spear is very good. His Ki Blasts just hold him back. And his other super attack is pretty bad. So I feel like that's the reason why he's in B. Rebellion Spear is very good, though. It is very good. But to be consistent, like, Frieza has a good super, like, solid super attacks, good Ki Blast. Tien has okay Ki Blast, good super, and Bardock has terrible Ki Blast and a good super. So to be consistent, I'm gonna put him here. So let's do the cuckboy himself, Yamcha. So let's look at Yamcha's super attacks. Yamcha has full power energy blast volley, which is in the shitter. Full power energy wave, which is very mid. Kamehameha, which is the basic ki blast, or not ki blast, beam super. It's okay. And then Wolfang Fist. His ki blasts are also pretty solid. Actually, what are they? Kamehameha at level 3? Chat, what are they? Okay, so for Yamcha here, his super attacks, Wolfang Fist is a solid super. It's okay. It's mid. It's a mid super. It's one of the first melee supers in the game. A lot of the early melee supers are not that great. Kamehameha is okay. Full power energy wave is okay, and volley's not that great. He has beams as his level 3, and then he has spammy ki blast at his level 2. So for Yamcha, I feel like I could put him in B. I feel like I could put him in B, honestly. But where does he belong in B? Do I put him above Bardock? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I put Yamcha around here. I'm going to put him above Vegeta. Just because they have like a similar ki blast. And they basically have the same super attack. Like Gallic Gun Kamehameha is basically the same thing. With that in mind, honestly, like the chat was telling me, someone was telling me that like Gallic Gun is literally like Kamehameha. And his ki blasts don't really counter ki. Yeah. I feel like for Vegeta, man, I'm just going to do this now. I'm probably going to put him in C, actually. I think I'm going to move him. And then I feel like we should move Videl, man. I feel like we should move Videl. Just to be... I don't know. I'll keep her there for now. All right, let's move on. All right, let's look at base Trunks. So base Trunks, what's his kit? What's his kit? Where is he? Trunks. So Trunks has Blast Volley, he has Burning Attack, and Full Power Energy Wave. So Blast Volley is obviously not good. Energy Wave is obviously mid, but Burning Attack is pretty solid. I feel like Trunks, what holds him back is his Ki Blast, dude. His Ki Blasts are very, very bad. Burning Attack is really good. But I don't know. It's tough. Okay, so he has the spammy ball-based Ki Blast at level 3. And Burning Attack is pretty solid, honestly. It's one of the best super attacks in Season 1. So I feel like where to put him, right? Because his Ki Blasts are very good. They're some of the best in the game. I feel like I'm going to put him in A. His Ki Blasts hard carry him. And Burning Attack is not that bad. And I think it's just... You could put him in B. Maybe I'll put him in... I'll keep him in A for now, but I might move him in B later. Alright, so let's do Super Saiyan Bardock. So Bardock, what's he got going on? What's he cooking? So Super Saiyan Bardock, he came with a new super attack, which is the Riot Javelin. This is where Bardock spams everything. Now again, the thing that holds Bardock back is his Ki Blast, but the thing that separates base Bardock from Super Saiyan Bardock is that he has access to Rebellion Spear and Riot Javelin. So I feel like for that alone, he's definitely going to be above base Bardock. It's really just his Ki Blasts that are mid. So I feel like in terms of putting him somewhere, Rebellion Spear and Javelin. Chat's telling me A, but I feel like it's not fair to put him in A if the reason why these guys are not in A is because their Ki Blasts are good, but they don't have like really good supers. I feel like if he's A, he's low A, dude. I'm gonna keep him low A. I feel like he should probably be in B, but I'm gonna put him here for now. All right, so let's get these Gohans out of here, bro. All these Gohans are pretty much in the same boat. Let's look at the Gohans really quick. All right. So the reason why I was very disappointed with Gohan early on is because adult Gohan literally plays the same as Tien through base and Super Saiyan. They basically have the same super attacks across the board. The only versions of Gohan that have different super attacks is Super Saiyan Adult and Super Saiyan 2. Those are the only versions. So I feel like for these variants of Gohan, I feel like you could put them in C. I feel like Adult is definitely the best They have beam-based supers. So I think this is how I'm going to do them. I think I'm going to put Tien here because Masenko... I feel like Masenko is better than like Kamehameha. Actually, does Adult have Masenko? Let me double check. I low-key forget. Does Adult have Masenko? He does. Oh, bro, they're the same character, bro. They're the same character. Bro, they're the same character, dude. They're legit the same character. So these guys, it's literally whatever version you prefer. I'm just going to put Adult here. But they're literally the same character. And then Super Saiyan is the same character as well. It's just that Adult Super Saiyan is Super Kamehameha. Is the Super Kamehameha like worth putting in B? I don't know. What does chat think? What does chat think? All right, so new development. I was actually wrong. Super Saiyan Gohan actually does have the spammy Ki Blast. So I feel like that does move him up a peg. I feel like I will put him probably in A and above Bardock. Actually, no, because his super attacks are better, but his Ki Blasts are so bad, dude. So that's the low-key, his Ki Blasts are carrying him, because if we look at his super attacks, it's literally the same as like the other variants of Gohan. Let's look at it. He has full power energy wave, Masenko Kamehameha. I will put him. This is tough. Bro, once we start like looking at the mid, dude, the mid makes it tough. Yeah, I'll put him in B. Put him at the top of B. All right, so last but not least, we have Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Goku. So, Super Saiyan Goku, honestly, I feel like he belongs in C. Just because, let's look at his super attacks. So Super Saiyan Goku has Kamehameha, Super Kamehameha, and Warp Kamehameha. Warp Kamehameha is one of the worst Kamehameha variants in the entire game, bro. This is one of the most raw-looking super attacks in the game, but it's terrible. Its tracking is terrible, its startup is terrible, its damage is mid for the amount of effort that it takes to land. It's a very, very bad move. The only, like, good super attack he has is Super Kamehameha. Kamehameha is solid. It's like anybody that has Kamehameha is like a reliable super. It's just that there are better super attacks out there. And Super Kamehameha is better. It's just that the startup, you will need to land a stun or like have somebody else land a melee combo. So I feel like for Goku here, I feel like him belonging in C is pretty fair. I mean, these guys are interchangeable, right? But I'm gonna put him here. All right, so for Super Saiyan 2 Goku, does he have any new super attacks? No, he doesn't. So yeah, I think he probably belongs in C as well. He's basically the same as isn't that really lame? Super Saiyan 2 Goku has the same moves as Super Saiyan Adult Gohan, besides like the Masenko. Like they have the same moveset. Like that's pretty lame. All right, so this is the tier list so far. You know what? Let's take out the meme. Okay, the meme was funny, but obviously, if you guys believe what I said about volley being special on Super Saiyan Goten, you didn't, right? Like you actually didn't. Like, let me know in the comments. Like, don't expose yourself, but at the same time, I'm curious. Like, there's no way you actually didn't read through my sarcasm. So, believe it or not, base Goten is actually better than Super Saiyan Goten, and that's literally only because he has the spammy ball Ki Blast at his level 3. Well, let's look at the super attacks again. Kamehameha is fine. Volley, charge. So where does he go? Probably B. Let's put him in B. For Kamehameha, yeah, let's put him in B. Super Saiyan Goten. So he has Super Kamehameha, and that's like legit the only new super that he has. And he has beam-based Ki Blast. So I feel like he belongs in C. I will put him... What? It's not a freaking character in the game. Let's put him... I mean, bro, he's literally about the same as these guys. All right, so this is the tier list. I'm going to talk over with chat to see if you want to move anything here. But this is the tier list so far. All right, this is the tier list, guys. I think I could move 16 down. Like, I do think his supers are pretty bad, and his Ki Blast, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I could have 16 here. I could have 16 there. I might move him down here, but I'm pretty happy with this tier list. Some people were saying to move Super Saiyan 1 and 2 Goku up a little bit because the Kamehameha beams, but I just feel like Super Kamehameha is okay. It's not like the greatest super attack, just because I feel like it's very difficult to land even when you land a stun. But I'm pretty content with this tier list. Let me know in the comments below if you guys agree with my tier list. Let me know if you disagree. Where would you move units? Like if you put them in a higher tier or lower tier, where you move units around. I'm pretty content with this tier list. I feel like there's not too many or any that are like, what the hell, Iron? You put this guy in this tier or not this one? I'm pretty happy with this. I do think Super Saiyan Vegeta is the best Transphere in the game. His Ki Blasts are fantastic. Big Bang attack is fantastic. Literally, the only reason why Piccolo is not in Z is because his Ki Blasts are just not as good as Vegeta's. But he has the best super attack in the game. Still has special beams, so that puts him here. Motionless Kamehameha is one of the best supers in the game. And I feel like a lot of the, like Bardock, I do think his supers are really good. It's just that his Ki Blast hold him back. Like, maybe you could put him in B. But I'm pretty happy with this tier list. Again, guys, let me know what you think overall of this tier list, what you would rate it, and let me know the spots that you move people. And like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to the Ironcane channel for more tier lists like these, showcases, updates, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.